session we are going to see a very important question, which is explain the mechanism of hormone action. So chemical coordination and integration chapter when you look at a high weightage question, this question is a very examiner favorite question. So when you look at mechanism of hormone action, how do you answer this question? Firstly, you will talk about what they will target. So they can either target receptors on the membrane or inside the cell. So on the rendu vidhamana receptors are called as membrane bound receptors and the intracellular receptors, which are on the cell surface or on the or inside the nucleus. Okay, so now here we will talk about certain specific hormones. So when you look at some hormones like the steroid hormones, they will penetrate into the cell and react with the intranuclear or intracellular receptors, okay, or the nuclear receptors. Now when you look at some peptide hormones, they will react with only the membrane receptors or the cell surface receptors. Okay, so every receptor is specific to a certain hormone. So once the hormone receptor complex has been formed, then that complex will cause certain changes to happen in the cell, and other moolema we will have the physiological functions that will be exhibited through this particular change. Okay, so firstly, when you look at the nature of the hormones, like I said, we have peptide, steroid, iodothioronins and the amino acid derivatives. You can definitely give examples, and in that definitely do mention that peptides will mostly react with the cell surface, whereas the steroids will react with the cell intracellular receptors. Okay, now when you look at membrane bound receptors, these receptors will use some second messengers, because you're leaving the message at the door, at the surface itself. So from there, somebody has to bring the information right into the cell. Okay, so for that we use certain second messengers like CAMP, IP3 or so on. And when you look at intracellular, this is not needed, because steroids, thyroid hormones, they directly go inside and tell the nucleus what they have to tell. So it does not require any second messengers, and this will lead to a direct physiological or developmental effect that you can see. So definitely you can club this with a certain diagram, not necessarily as per textbook, but this flowchart is important, that the hormone is forming a complex with the receptor, generating second messenger, and responses are shown, whereas in the cellular receptors, directly it is coming inside and bringing about a change in the cell. So I hope this was useful, guys. Definitely do subscribe for more.